Good morning. Bob is off today. There is breaking news this morning as the al-Qaeda splinter group ISIS has seized 3 more towns in Iraq. And that is in addition to the town of El Qaim, a key post on the Syrian border, which they took yesterday. Plus, the fighting continues at the site of a major oil refinery in Beijing. CBS News foreign correspondent Clarissa Ward is in Baghdad. Clarissa, what's the latest there?
Well, Nora, that's right. ISIS militants have taken 3 towns along the Euphrates River in the west of the country, as well as that key border station. That will allow them to move weapons and fighters easily and quickly back and forth from their base of operations in Syria to here in Iraq. Now, what we're seeing is that ISIS is really expanding its territory and actually beating the Iraqi army on multiple fronts. That gives you a sense of just how fierce a fighting force ISIS is, and also just how weak the Iraqi army is.
Clarissa, given those territorial gains, what are you hearing about how the government says they plan to take that territory back?
Well, at this stage, the Iraqi army simply isn't in a position to take back any territory. Their focus is to try to defend Baghdad, the capital, and also the city of Samarra, which is home to a very sacred Shiite shrine. The government strategy is to try to woo some of the other Sunni militant groups that have been fighting alongside ISIS, but which don't share their extremist ideology. But that could be a very complex and very nuanced and very time-consuming process. And quite frankly, it's not clear whether Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki will even be able to pull that off. And time really is of the essence here, Nora, for 2 reasons. Firstly, the longer ISIS holds that territory, the tougher it is to get them out. But secondly, with every victory that ISIS has on the battlefield, its profile is being raised on the jihadist circuit. And you have now funding and fighters flooding in as ISIS continues to gain momentum.
And meantime, the Maliki government appears to be relying heavily on Shia militias. What's their role?
That's right. Just yesterday, we saw tens of thousands of members of the Mehdi army militia marching with heavy weaponry in a massive display of force. Their stated goal is to destroy ISIS, but their remobilization really opens up a lot of old sectarian wounds, especially here in Baghdad. Everybody here remembers the worst sectarian violence of 2006 and 2007, when so-called death squads were terrorizing this city, and nobody wants to see a return to that bloody time.
Indeed. Great reporting, Clarissa Ward from Baghdad. Thank you.